Now that we know there will be a Metroid Prime 4, it's time to speculate and to wishinate.
Let's go! I shot them.
You shot them? You shot them all dead, so they all dead now?
Yeah.
Unless they skipped that part of the video.
I'm so happy about Metroid Prime 4, we should probably talk about it every week. Okay?
We should.
All right.
I'm cool with that until it comes out in 2019.
Mm-hmm. Then we'll start talking about Metroid Prime 5 and 6. We do need to get serious about this because this is our franchise.
Yes.
This is our girl. This is our space bae. And they can't just mess with her.
No.
I don't know who's even handling this game. So we're going to
don't.
outline our must-haves because this could go very wrong or it could go so well.
It could. It could go perfectly. It could be the perfect addition to the Prime series, which...
If it is, I might quit gaming after beating it.
What?
Like, this is the height of...
It can't get any better than this if this is good.
Yeah.
But if it's bad, then we knock down Reggie's door and just beat on him.
Knock down Deji's door and
Deji's
make
roar.
him red.
Yes. So, we have our wish list of what we want in this, what we need in this. Scott, what's your first must-have?
A killer menu screen. Because that is what gripped you in the original Metroid Prime. Yeah. Yes. But also before that. And then like organism looking things. That's the one. Honestly, they could take the first game's menu screen, make it HD, add in, I don't know, a little more extra bass or something.
I
make
guess,
it cooler.
yeah.
Or I'd be happy.
I would too. It's always the title screens of Metroid that just kind of like...
Yep.
Yes.
Makes you go and get goosebumps at the same time.
Indeed. I remember the first time booting up Metroid Prime and hearing that theme song. It was so good. So, I want less involvement from the Federation in this game.
That would be great.
The Metroid Prime, we've discussed like ranking the Metroid Prime games, and Metroid Prime 3 and Metroid Prime 1 are both like right there. And one of the things that hurts Metroid Prime 3 for me is that it's not as lonely feeling, is you are being talked to quite a bit.
And we got our fill of Federation peeps in Federation Force itself.
Yeah. And I realize that, considering other things that you have on your list that I won't spoil, this may not happen, but I would really like to see as little involvement from the Federation as possible.
Okay.
Please.
I would love to see a diverse selection of control scheme options because this game has been controlled very differently through the years. Metroid Prime launched and it was single analog. You didn't aim with the C-stick.
Nope.
It was updated on Wii for pointer controls and stuff like that. But now this game is coming to Switch where we have a lot of different ways that you can play the console. So in handheld mode, I should think that it won't require motion controls. Hopefully there will be a dual analog option. It would also be nice if you could motion control aim with a single detached Joy-Con if you wanted to play that way. Mm-hmm. So it would just
about?
Yeah. Totally.
Did you like that with Federation Force?
Sure.
Sure.
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember?
That was in there?
Yeah, that's how you aimed, up and down.
I have the new 3DS with the C-Stick.
Oh.
So, regardless, it would be really nice if Nintendo didn't just make the decision of how the game will be controlled, but let the players decide and let us go with what we're comfortable with.
I agree. I like that. I want to see Ridley, and more than Ridley, I want to see Metacrade. Have you heard of this? Metacrade?
I don't believe I have. Is that where like everyone's review scores are kind of put into a pot? And...
Well, it's really close to that, except it's literally nothing like that. If you remember Meta Ridley from the first Metroid Prime game,
Ridley, yes.
They had a Metacrade planned for the game.
Oh yeah, in Boundary Break? Is that where you kind of see... Wait.
No, you see Ridley's charging station.
Okay.
I don't know if he got to see Metacrate, but they had like made him ready for the game, and they had planned out what the boss battle was going to be like.
Wow.
So they had the idea of actually implementing him in the game, but we haven't seen Kraid for a very long time. It'd be great to see him return as Metacrate in Metroid Prime 4.
Another person would be great to see would be Sylux. He's one of those bounty hunters, one of the cooler ones, arguably.
Yes.
And for some reason, he was the special one. A lot of them just died, but depending on how you did in your percentage completions of the games, you could get these special endings. Like in Prime 3, I believe you saw him flying away.
Yep.
And then in Federation Force, spoilers, if you get 100%, I believe you get a cutscene of him following Samus. So he's definitely still in the picture. And the developer, or the producer of Metroid Prime, or Metroid in general, has also talked about how, like, if there's going to be a Metroid Prime 4, it would do the continuation of Sylux's story with Samus.
That would be great. Now, this is actually, it was Metroid Prime 3, you see his ship flying after Samus's ship. And then I can't remember what the deal was. He stole like a Metroid in Federation Force or something. I don't remember exactly what the deal is. It's something like that. But this is where my hope of seeing the Federation like less like decreases a little bit, because with Sylux in the storyline, which I think would be fantastic, he also is known for his hatred of the Federation, and he hates Samus because of her affiliation with the Federation. So if we see Sylux, does that mean we're going to see Federation more? I don't know. I would hope not. I want to see new powers. Now, with the coming of Metroid Prime, we saw these different things that Samus couldn't do before that she can now do. But a lot of the power-ups are just the same over and over again. And it's super exciting. Like, I have the screw attack. This is really cool. Mm-hmm. But then it's like over and over again, the same ones. I want to see something new that I haven't seen before, and bring something new to the table.
My next request would be a pumpin' soundtrack.
Yes.
Of course, it has to extend past the menu screen. Mm-hmm. Just pump that music throughout the game. Because I remember so many Metroid Prime tracks, but to be honest, Prime 2 songs, a little bit more forgettable. Yeah. So I hope that they pay extra attention to this game's music.
Why? Oh, I wrote down on my notes bomb controls, and I was thinking like, what was I thinking? Like, I wanted bombs to be controlled a special way. Right. No, I meant like controls that were the bomb. Oh. So I want the bomb controls.
Way to make good notes for yourself.
It has been so good controlling Metroid games up to this point. They've done it perfectly, and I want them to continue that streak.
Tim Hawkins, a comedian, has done stuff like that where he's like, I wake up in the middle of the night with just an awesome joke that I dreamed up. So I take myself a note, fall back asleep, wake up in the morning. Monkey hairbrush? What kind of joke does that punchline go to?
Oh, man. See, people do this, or I do this in my own head. Like, I'll think like, that was a really good idea, or that is a really good dream. And I'd be like, if I wrote this down in the morning and kept track of it, it's like I'd never do that anyway. But even if I did, I would not be as like surprised by it or affected by it. Yeah. Like a couple days even later, I'd be like, why did I even take note of this dream? It's like, I went to the ice cream store and got Rocky Road instead of mint chocolate chip. It's like, okay.
Lastly.
Anyway, yeah.
So, I mean, you might need to fact check me here.
Yes.
So, the series, the previously known as the trilogy, is named Metroid Prime. And that's because there was a creature, Metroid Prime, that you fought in Metroid Prime.
Yes.
But Metroid Prime turned into Dark Samus. And sometimes, it's an old series that can be forgotten or whatever. I believe Dark Samus dies in Metroid Prime 3.
Yes.
So Metroid Prime is dead.
Yes.
So we're going to need an explanation of why this game is titled this. Nintendo can't just use it to sell a game. I mean, if it guarantees us that, it's a first-person adventure, the caliber of the previous games of the franchise, I guess I don't mind they use the name, but don't you think it should be justified?
I think it should, and you're right. When Phase blew up, all signs of Phase on apparently were, like, it disappeared. So...
Well, we know how things reappear in the Metroid series.
Yes, and the thing that I hope they don't do is the stupid trick that they did with Other M, which they copied from Metroid Fusion, which is like they stole a sample from it and they synthesized Phase-On, and from Phase-On grew Metroid Prime. Like, it's all the Federation's fault because they kept a sample and synthesized Metroid Prime.
Yeah,
I really hope that that's not the explanation.
If they keep doing that, then the Federation is going to become the bad guys real quick.
Yeah,
they're just messing everything up.
I really hope that if they do that,
yeah,
Samus will just hunt down the Federation. That's going to be the dark, gritty reboot of Metroid Prime 5.
All right. We got some more input this week from our patrons.
Yes.
At patreon.com/TWOButtonCrew. Glenn says, save stations. I'm not asking for them around every corner, as that would make the game too easy, but some of my worst memories of the Prime series are backtracking for 20 minutes, all while blasting Chozo Ghost Pirate Commandos or some other horrendously aggravating opponent just to find a save station. They were too sparse.
I agree with that.
Switch games, I think, are getting pretty good about saving and suspending themselves.
Yes.
Like ARMS, I have even popped the cartridge out and put it back in after playing a different game, and I can resume my progress through Grand Prix.
Whoa.
So
that's pretty intense.
Yeah, I think Nintendo is being considerate since it's portable now.
Way to go, Nintendo. Thierry says that he wants gyro/motion controls above all else. I don't really care how they do it as long as it works. I didn't care too much for the GameCube Metroid Prime games. Literally only because of the controls. Prime 3 and the trilogy and the trilogy on Wii I adore and played endlessly due to the buttery smooth controls. They improved the gameplay beyond words and completely changed the way games are played, making the whole experience much more natural, intuitive, and snappy. I can't snap my fingers. I'm sorry that snap was not as satisfying as some of you were hoping it to be.
As the Switch commercials.
Yeah. That's just not as nice to listen to.
The logo comes up on the screen and then you hear boom. Yeah, pointer controls, Wii Remote and Nunchuck, where you're actually able to separate your movement and your aiming.
That'd be great.
He's right. That was so much better.
I definitely agree with him there that the Prime trilogy, and in fact, I think, did we land on saying Metroid Prime in the Prime trilogy was the best Metroid Prime game? Yeah. Because of that reason, they fixed the motion controls and everything. So
thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the crew.
Don't forget to share this video with your friends so that they can talk about their Metroid Prime 4 wish lists.
See you guys next time.
Signing out.